We're back at it again. We're here to talk some more sports, get in your face with the latest stuff. I have a special guest in the house, Big Chuck, the man right here. He's a big sports fanatic like myself, and he has his views. I have mine, and we're gonna get into some good stuff today, man. We're gonna talk some college football. We're gonna talk the woeful and utterly miserable Browns and what are their chances of going winless this year. And we're gonna do a little bye Felicia, and we're gonna talk some NBA. But hey Chuck, man, how you been doing, dude?
I'm doing really good. I wanted to thank you guys for inviting me here. I do have my opinions, and I can't wait to get to them.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man. Well, first off, we're gonna talk some college football. Over the weekend, there was some crazy stuff going on. Ohio State laid an egg in Penn State. You got Nittany Lions going crazy, getting loaded, doing all the crazy things because they knocked off the Ohio State Buckeyes. You got Alabama doing their thing. Roll Tide, baby. And then you got other. You had a bit of a shakeup. You had a bit of a shakeup in the rankings. But hey, man, like what do you think right now are the top 4 teams in the country?
So I know they lost. Penn State gave it to them. But Ohio State is what I rank as 4th best team in the country. Washington with that offensive line that can move people, I have them at 3rd. Michigan, good coach, good program. And then Alabama easily at top.
Did you really put Ohio State in there after losing to Penn freaking State? I mean, it's Penn State. I know it's in Happy Valley and, Paternalville and all that, but they just, I mean, what about a team like Clemson? They're still going along. They were in the national title game last year. I mean, I got them number 2 after Bama, but why don't you have Clemson? I mean, like what's going on with that?
No, honestly, when I look at Clemson, they have too many holes, and they don't get exposed as much as they should. Once they play a real team, they should get rocked. I was very disappointed in Louisville for not doing what I expected them to do, and that was knock them out of the top 5.
Well, they'll have their plenty of opportunities. They got a Florida State team that's slipping a little bit, but they're going to be back in they're going to be in the mix for the ACC championship. But if Clemson is able, what's going to give you Clemson back and get you Clemson back into your list of the top 4? You think a win over Florida State will do that?
A decisive one, yes.
Okay. Well, we're talking all the good stuff, so now, we have to talk the bad and the ugly. And the bad and the ugly, and they are ugly, are the Cleveland Browns, who once again lost another quarterback. I mean, RG3 was a lost cause when he got there. And then you lose they lost their backup quarterback. Well, actually, that's the third quarterback they lost. They lost Josh McCown. I forgot he was still in the league. And then their rookie from USC, Cody Kessler, went down. I don't have high hopes for the Browns. I mean, I think they're on their way to joining that Detroit Lions team that went 0-16. But do you think that the Cleveland Browns are destined to go winless this year?
Definitely not destined to go winless. I don't think they're. The chances of them going winless are very, very small because it's really hard to go winless in the NFL. Any given Sunday, right? Yeah. That's the phrase. Also, I don't know the severity of the injury to Cody Kessler, so we could come back in the end of the season. And I'm looking at the rest of the schedule, and I'm gonna jot down a few teams that I think that they could beat.
Okay, fire away.
I'm gonna start with the team that always seems to make mistakes against shitty teams.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. It's views from the 2, baby. That's what we do.
So I'm gonna talk about the Giants and Eli Manning.
Ooh, you think you got him in the Giants?
I think that they could lose to the Giants because Eli throws interceptions. That's what he does.
Ooh.
And he throws them at inopportune times. So, I mean, he's had those 2 runs that got him the Super Bowl wins, but for the most part, outside of it, he's messed up. Now, another team is the Chargers, who have always, this season, they just seem to, mess up in the 4th quarter. They might have the lead the whole game, and then mess up in the 4th quarter. So seeing those 2 teams on the schedule, I feel like they could get a win.
Well, Odell and his fiance, the net, are not going to be happy about your pick about the Browns beating them. But I just can't do it. I can't. The Browns are so painful to watch. I mean, they're so painful, and they play hard. That's the crazy thing. You got Terrell Pryor, who's a jack of all trades. I mean, you have an emerging running back in Isaiah Crowell, and you have some pieces there that you can work with. But geez, they just can't get out of their own way. I mean, they keep falling behind, and then they don't do anything to make a dent coming back. I don't know. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to go winless. But hey, we'll see what happens. I mean, we got some more weeks of utterly painful Browns football to digest, and we're going to see what happens. Maybe we can make a late season bet on picking who, the winner of that bet treats the other one to some dinner or something. I don't know. I mean, we'll figure something out. But hey, when we come back, we're gonna start going into the NBA season. You got the NBA right around the corner. You got some big teams. You got some bad teams. We obviously know what the Warriors are about. And when we come back, we're gonna do our own rankings of the NBA from 1 to 30. So stay tuned. We'll be right back for Views to the 2. Big Chuck's in the house. BC is here. We'll see you soon. Yo. Welcome back to Views from the 2. BC is here. Big Chuck is in the house. We just went through a crazy segment with college football, and unfortunately I had to drag Chuck through this Browns mess, but he had to say something. This is Views. We're going to talk about everything. But here now we got the NBA season coming along. We want to just see how we can rank all the teams from 1 to 30 and see where everybody lands. And then we did a coin flip before this segment. So Chuck, you got the privilege of going first, man.
And it's an easy call because we already know the newly formed super team, the Warriors, is the favorite. So there's number 1. Number that's no-brainer pick there. Number 2, number 2 is an obvious one as well, and that's the Cavs. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, they brought back most people, and they're the beast of the East once again. So I got to go Cavs number 2. And this is going to be a pick that I feel like I'm using some logic and some emotion. This is my squad, the Los Angeles Clippers. They have one of the best starting lineups out there at 4 of the positions. They have at least top 5. And they're bringing back everybody. Nobody left. My issue with them is can they stay healthy?
Yeah, that's a big if. I mean, we got Blake Griffin and DeAndre, and they're still in the mix. They got some pieces. I can't go against them. Although he retired, they're still strong. I got to put the Spurs at number 4. I still believe strong in the Spurs. They added Pau Gasol. They're keeping LaMarcus Aldridge amidst all the trade talk. I mean, we don't know if he's moved before any of this goes down. Then it's easy to put the Spurs down a little bit, but I can't go against the Spurs. The Spurs to me are number 4.
I'm actually gonna pick an East team because usually I don't put 2 teams in the top 5. Because usually there's LeBron and his squad, and every other team in the East has to wait. But I like the Raptors. They have too much talent.
Oh, okay. Got the Raptors there. This one's a pretty, I'd say a stunner of a pick, but on my boy George Achola's show, Raw Sports, which you can tune in and check on my boy the Go Baller about his show. I really liked what the Indiana Pacers did this offseason. I have to put them at 6. They got Paul George, they got Al Jefferson for peanuts, and Jeff Teague is going to show the world that he's one of the most underrated guards in the league. And I like what they're doing there. So I got to go to Pacers number at 6.
Pacers is a good pick. I like them. I think that PG-13 is actually one of the best players in the league. Love. I really like the Celtics. I think they're a solid squad, and I love Isaiah. Isaiah balls out.
Love Isaiah Thomas, man. And the Al Horford acquisition was probably one of the biggest this offseason. So we're gonna see what happens now that they have some command in the front court. They have some of these big guys, but they need an established big guy to get things going. So we'll see what happens with the Celtics. This is a surprise. This is a bit of a surprise. At 8, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Blazers. They have come along, man, and they, to me, are they have one of the right after the Splash Brothers, you got McCollum and Damian Lillard, which is an explosive backcourt. But then they did a few little signings in there. They did Evan Turner. They kept Mason Plumlee. They got Aminu still back in the mix, and then also they got Festus Ezeli from the Warriors. So I like what the Blazers are doing. I got them at number 8.
I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies, Memphis Grizzlies. They're always a good team. They always get hit with injury for some reason, and they still like power through it. So a healthy Memphis Grizzlies team, I think that's an easy pick for me.
Okay. Oh boy. Now things are heating up. And if they can, if he can stay true to form and stay healthy, I'm gonna go with the Bulls. If Dwayne Wade can stay healthy and be the guy that he was in Miami, still bringing 20 points a game, got some assists to his name, and you got Rondo and Jimmy Butler there. I would have to go. I have to go to Bulls.
All right. So one of the teams that I like is an up-and-coming team. I think they're just gonna get better with time.
Where are you going?
Nah, you don't know. Minnesota Timberwolves.
That was where I was going. That's where I was going.
Where I was going. Yeah. Young talent just gets better every year. That's what happens.
You're digging Wiggins, man. That's what it's about. This one's next, and let's hope they're not an abomination again like they have in previous years. But the New York Knicks, Porzingis, I like a lot. He's a diamond in the rough, and he's only going to get better. And Derrick Rose is playing. He's playing for his future. I mean, he had that rate. Good thing he got that rate case out of the way. I mean, we don't ever, I'm praying for whoever, the victims in that situation, but for his career, he needed to get that out of the way so he can go back to basketball. But I'm going with the Knicks.
I'm gonna go with the Houston Rockets. I think they have talent. They were the most dysfunctional organization last year. They can only go up from there. And they still have James Harden, one of the most talented getters to the liners with free throws ever. Literally just slap, free throws, all his points.
Awesome. Durant may have ditched them, but they're still in the mix because of Westbrook, and I'm going with the Thunder. They're a dark horse if they can get all their new pieces running with Westbrook.
So another young team that I've been looking at is the Detroit Pistons. I think they have a great coach, and I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do this year.
Okay. Well, now it's getting dicey. So let me see here. I would like to say I'm going to, just because they had a lot of injury woes, but talk about another backcourt that can get things done, and I'm talking about the Wizards. That's easily, I think, after McCollum and Lillard, after obviously far away from the Splash Brothers, but you got Bradley Beal and John Wall. You can't go wrong with the Wizards at that spot.
Now I'm gonna talk about a team that narrowly missed the playoffs last year, the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
I feel like
You're hidden, man. You're hidden.
They're ready to do the thing.
Okay. This is going. Okay. I'm gonna lean on. This is tough. It's a tough one, but if he stays healthy, and we don't know if Mr. Glass will. If Anthony Davis stays healthy and he plays a full slate, you got to go with the Pelicans.
So as we're talking about health, we're gonna talk about Chris Bosh and the Heat. If he can play, which right now is not looking that great.
Well, they told him to see his season, his career, the Heat might be over. I don't know.
But if he can play, they'll be actually a really solid team.
Okay. They made a lot of changes, but Dwight Howard, I think, was going to resurge in Atlanta. I'm going with the Hawks next after this.
All right. Damn, it is getting hard.
Jeez.
All right.
What are we looking at here?
I believe in Kemba Walker. Want to go Hornets?
Easy one for me. Despite them, you know what? No. I'm gonna go West. I like what the Nuggets are doing. They got a good couple big men. Emmanuel Mudiay is coming along, and I have to go with the Nuggets.
All right, this team gave the Golden State Warriors run for their money every time they played them. It's long and lanky. They were getting the W's, but I think they'll pull it together and make it a close run to the playoffs. We talk about the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay. I was just thinking about that. This is getting rough. Let me see. I don't have much hope for the rest of these squads, but just by elimination on itself, I'm gonna go with the Mavs. The Mavericks still have some guys there. I mean, they pretty much got the Golden State rejects from the Durant deal, so I have to put the Mavs in there.
You're right. It's just these teams are just like drinking from the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
I guess the highest ceiling that I see is the Phoenix Suns. They have a lot of depth actually. Just their bench is pretty solid. They just stole Leandro Barbosa back, so see if he can help them off the bench.
It's time to go perp and gold. I'm going with the Lakers right here. They got some young pieces and they're coming along. They had a rough preseason, but it's a lot of things to look forward to in Lakers land right now. So
I go Sacramento Kings. I don't think the Lakers they're gonna be the worst team in California.
We'll see. Easy one here. This is probably the easiest one I've had since Cleveland. I'm gonna go with the Orlando Magic. They made a lot of weird moves. I mean, they picked up every center and power forward possible in free agency. So I don't know who the hell they're starting. I don't think they need to care. As long as Elfrid Payton does something with that mop head of his, I don't know what he's doing up there. It's like Smokey Sever's Friday. It's like a bunch of spiders having a meeting on his head or something. But I'm gonna go with the Magic.
I'm gonna go with the Brooklyn Nets. See what Jeremy Lin can do now he's back in New York. I think that's his place where he strive the best. So,
and we are left with those lovely, lovely Sixers. Of course, snake bitten again, losing Ben Simmons, but I couldn't even name their damn lineup. I mean, they got Joel Embiid finally came from whatever hole he was in with his injuries, and the Sixers are destined to be once again the worst team in the league. So there we have it. We got through all 30, and we're gonna see it could shape up in a way we looked at it, or it could shape up in a different way. We'll see. All we gotta know is Warriors, Cavs 3 in the finals. It's looking that way, but who knows? There's other teams competing. You're talking about your Clippers. If it always comes down to a string of injuries, luck, how you're paired, and we'll see what happens. But we did our top 30. When we come back, we're back with Bye Felicia. But our favorite gal on earth is back on to the next segment. So Bye Felicia. We got some interesting stuff. One particularly on a comment that LeBron James made recently, and I find that very interesting. So stay tuned. The Views from the Two coming back at you.
Bye, Felicia. That's fancy.
Welcome back to Views from the Two. I'm BC here with Big Chuck in the house. The best segment of all, what you've been waiting for, what you've been needing in your life. And that is some Bye Felicia. We talk about some of the most head-scratching moments in recent sports memory. And we got to get into a few things, man. The first one is, arguably the best player in basketball, LeBron James, kind of, he's kind of feeling himself, but, when you win a title, obviously you could, but he has some weird remarks, which I take offense to. He said via Cleveland.com that teams now are trying to get together to beat him. So it looked like it was a shot at the Warriors and shot at these other teams like the Spurs grabbing all these guys. I mean, what the hell is he talking about? Can we track back to his days in South Beach when he assembled a super team? So what was he doing? Was that team assembled to beat him, or what's going on here?
When I think about it, yeah, he assembled a team to get by the big three in Boston. So what he says is right now, the other teams are looking at the history of when the best player of the game was Michael Jordan and how many people didn't get a ring. Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller. They don't want to be that guy. So look at Kevin Durant, he moves. Derrick Rose and them, they're trying to make an old team or whatever, see what happens. Like, I agree. LeBron thinks that people are trying to beat him, and in the East, they need to try. They haven't, like, a LeBron-less finals hasn't happened in, like, I don't know how long.
That's an amazing feat.
Yeah.
That is an amazing feat. People don't even talk about that. I mean, to be in the finals that many years in a row is just incredible. But somebody needs to ask LeBron. When you're assembling your super teams in Miami and Cleveland, who are you trying to beat? That's what we're trying to figure out here. So that's a question he needs to be asked. He needs to be asked, and he needs to answer truthfully, because I don't get what he was doing there. So bye Felicia on that one. Let's get to the next thing that's blowing my mind is Boston College. I mean, we're supposed to be Boston strong, right? There's a play, Syracuse and Boston College played starting college football. A quarterback for Syracuse, his last name is Dungy. He throws a pick, and the guy who picks him up gets tackled violently on the sideline. And then another Boston College defensive back or player comes up to the quarterback. Then he gets poked and knocked to the ground, but not before he flopped. I mean, Chuck, you're a defensive player. You're supposed to be tougher than the quarterback. What's going on there?
Honestly, when I look at that replay, I was like, what is going on there? He comes up like he's strong. As soon as the quarterback gets in his face, hands are up, he's flying back. I'm like, how much pounds do you have on him? At least 100? Do something, brother.
Oh, man. I wonder if he should get fined or lose some scholarship money just for flopping, man. Flopping is not... I can understand in basketball, but what strategy are you getting flopping in football? I mean, come on. I mean, speaking on the topic of football, we have NFL, the recent stuff that's gone out with Josh Brown, the Giants kicker, and him admitting to abusing his wife physically, mentally, verbally. NFL owners apparently reportedly weren't taking too kind to Josh Brown and how he is still in the league, and he was recently placed on the commissioner's exempt list, so Josh Brown's future is really up in the air. But NFL owners have been reportedly ripping Josh Brown, but then they put themselves as anonymous. So, like, put your name, like how Birdman says, put some respect on my name. Put your name on this, put some respect on your name and speak on it. What you think of that, man? Like, what's going on?
This one's a head scratcher. I can't even fathom the reason. Because if you think about it, break it down. Why would you not put your name? Because there is a chance that it could backfire on you. Why would it backfire? Man, I don't know if they do the same things to their wives, but like, there's no reason for them not to put their name, stand up tall, and say, hey, what you're doing is wrong. You need to be handled.
Some funny business going on over there. So, I mean, the NFL owners, bye Felicia on that. LeBron James, bye Felicia until you can answer that question I had. And bye Felicia to that Boston College player, the most ridiculous flop I've seen in a long time. But hey, Chuck, man, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for coming through.
Thanks for inviting me,
man. Hey, we got to have you again pretty soon, man. This is some real fun here.
Let's make this a regular occurrence.
Oh yeah, much more to talk about, and we'll be back with the next episode of Views from the Two. Who knows where we'll be? Who knows who we'll be with? But stay tuned. More Views from the Two coming your way. Thanks for watching.